I have some time to talk. I would like to gather everyone in the Dawn's Respite and together assess the situation in which we find ourselves. Okay. Let's take stock of the facts, shall we? The crisis at hand began with the sudden appearance of ominous towers in the multitude of locations throughout the world. We have since learned that said structures were brought into being by an organization known as the Telefori. Sorry. Telefori's stated purpose is to recreate the final days of eons past, an apocalyptic event that would result in the destruction of all we hold dear. Already having these towers of theirs been the cause of an untold suffering, countless innocents kidnapped and imprisoned, their faith perverted for primal summoning. And unless we find a way to deal with the corruptive aura surrounding the spires, we can't even get close enough to rescue anyone. Those shielded with the blessing of light seem to be able to resist the being tempered, at least. But after what happened in Arenvold and Fordola, we need to be very, very careful about how we proceed. Yet while these threats close to home are paramount concern, we mustn't lose sight of the situation in Garlemald. As you know, the Telefori are under the leadership of Fandaniel and another delightful fellow, Genus Jaegelbus, the Crown Prince and our dear friend. He is dear. To date, he reclaimed his old body, murdered Emperor Varys, and plunged Garlemald into an even deeper pit of chaos. The capital has probably seen the worst of it. For a good while there, it saw the bloodiest fighting in the War of Succession that has since changed in the troubling ways. Aye. During our reconnaissance, the air was not once rent by barking of the cannons, of cries of discord. 'Twas an eerie fog of silence which had blanketed thy ruined city. The inhabitants appeared to have been tempered with nary a word spoken did they labour to transform the palace into a soaring edifice born of nightmares. If they were indeed made thralls, it seems safe to assume that these events, too, were orchestrated by the Telefori. An army of primals is awful enough, but in light of recent developments, I fear it is only the prelude to even a greater catastrophe. We need to devise a means to counter this threat, quickly, before our allies are overwhelmed. We will find a way in Sharlyan, I am sure of it. Come on, let's go. Master Fortuno's comments regarding the final days were curious, to say the least. The Forum knows more than it's letting on. Sorry to interrupt. Tataru. Got some bread for us? Just received word from Mistress Kryle. She says the arrangement for your visit has been finalised. You're to head to Limsa and board the next ship to Sharlyan. There we go. And on arrival, present yourselves as associates of the students of Basildon, Baldesian. And on arrival, present yourselves as associates of the students of Baldesian. Just makes me think of Asmongold. Anyway, come to assist with the orders of restoration. The arrangement may be settled, but what of your thoughts? They must race at the prospect of returning home after so long. I am eager to see it, of course. Of course! We should set off at once. Then I'll accompany you to the docks. You need at least one person there to wave and cry and wish you a safe journey. Thank you, Tataru. Taru, how are you? Everyone's here, which is good, because I've already paid for your passage, and the fee is not refundable. The ship for Sharlyan should be pulling into port soon, so please follow me and have all your luggage close at hand. Okay.
They've almost finished loading our cargo. We should be ready to depart right on schedule, or so I'm told.
Fabulous.
Excellent. It is nice to have a smooth beginning to one's journey, at the very least.
How long is it going to stay smooth for?
It's funny.
What is?
Master Louis Soir came here on a ship very much like this one.
Hmm.
And now, years later, the street urchin he befriended that day is bound for his mentor's homeland. With his mentor's grandchildren, no less.
Aye. 'Tis upon reflection that every twist of time's river and fate's whims are brought into sharp relief. Thou hast matured much in the intervening years. Wert thou not caught attempting to relieve Master Louis Soir of his purse scant moments after he made landfall upon this dock?
Oh, you are a naughty boy, Thancred.
Oh, really? Now that's a tale I'd like to hear.
What are you standing like that for?
Will this be your first visit to Sharlyan, Sir Estinian? Sir Estinian?
Estinian?
Are we strangers newly met? Why this stiff formality?
Oops.
I, merely meant it as a professional courtesy, since we are now colleagues in an official sense.
I'd rather you dispense with the sirs, especially in private company. Or I'll be forced to respond in kind, little Lord Alphino.
There's no need to add little, is there?
You've made your point, Estinian. Painfully well.
Better.
Better.
Are you all right, Tataru? You seem positively distraught.
All right, we haven't left.
Distraught? Me? Don't be silly. I think it's lovely that they get to see their homeland.
But
It's just... we're trying to thwart the schemes of an army hell's-bent on destroying the world.
yes, it's not abnormal
And
for us.
Once again, I have to stay behind and worry that this is the last time I'll get to see my friends.
You can come. No sense of worrying about things. House change. No, we'll come back safe.
I'll hold you to that.
Fine.
Ah, good. You're still here.
Hordy. It's been you a while.
Hori! Coulternay! What brings you all this way?
Are they coming?
We're to assist the Maelstrom and the Kobolds with a lunar primal operation, so we thought
wow.
we'd see you off before heading to the tower. Flamine and the others wish you all a safe journey, and promise that they'll look after things here until you return. We will too, of course. Aye, We, your fellow Scions of the Seventh Dawn, will do our part to ensure the end of the world won't happen on our watch.
He has a very small forehead.
We're set to sail! All aboard for Sharlyan!
Alright. Let's go, let's go. Let's get this expansion on the road.
It's time.
Then we must delay no longer. We will contact you the moment we learn aught of value. Wish us luck.
Have a safe journey, and please, please, be careful.
We will. Down we go.
And so you venture forth unto the unknown. A fate beyond the horizon that cannot be divined. A future undefined and in flux.
Oh, it's nice to hear Emmett's voice.
In uncertain
Voice.
times, naught but the
Can I
simplest
speak?
words
Apparently
of
not.
wisdom will suffice.
I wonder if he'll feature.
That which lives is destined to die. Love leads to loss. Every beginning has an end.
Mm-hmm.
Treasure every moment, every step of your descent.
Okay. We're going underwater? What are we doing there?
And there, in the depths where souls and stars rest, find your truth.
What does that mean? Hello? Off we go to Sharlyan. Finally. I can't wait to come here. Yeah, how's he know? Yes, the beginning is finally here. Finally, I got through the queue. Been queuing since like 5 PM.
Here. Feel. Think.
This is... Recently I reacted to the 1.0 beginning cinematics, and that was very similar to the Limsa
The day
one.
has barely dawned,
Very similar.
my fellow earlier riser.
The whole cinematography.
Though we're hardly alone in that. Envious of those still sleeping soundly, no doubt.
Oh.
Called out to you, you say?
Awesome, thank you, Zeno. Thank
I've
you
heard
for
nothing
lurking.
myself. In any case, I dare say the sea air will do you good. Why not join the others on deck? Sharlyan should be coming into view at any moment.
Where are we going? Wow.
My voice yet reaches you. I am glad.
So weird to see a body to the voice.
Hear, feel, think. And thus do we meet face to face at last. My warrior of light, guided by the crystal.
Oh God. What we say? Why now, idly? Why now? Where have you been?
After your sojourn in the First, I believe you have your answer. You have gained an understanding of what I truly am, what Eidolon has always been, a primal.
So weird.
Zodiac was created to forestall the apocalypse which threatened the ancient world, and I was brought forth to bind him. Yet 7 times now, those who would orchestrate a return to that bygone era have rejoined a shard to the god I had sundered. The greater his strength grows, the swifter does mine own diminish. The power to draw your mind into the rift betwixt is no longer mine to wield. Yet though it taxes me sorely, I dare not leave these words unsaid. Even bereft of my guidance, you and your companions have accepted the burden of this star's troubled past. A conjunction has begun to form, an intertwining of your time and mine. Wheels shudder and turn. Conflict looms, monumental, which will decide the fate of this world and all life upon it. When you truly understand what is at stake, and your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable, then shall I honor the promise made in another time, another age.
Cast your peepers to the fore, folks. Sharlyan's just over yonder.
I will not keep you further. Your traveler's heart must yearn to behold this unfamiliar land. We shall meet again, and soon.
Hi, Joker.
Oh, what a fine morning. Oh, still a bit stiff though.
And a good morning to you too. Taking a look at the island already?
Then let's go. Let's go. Might still be room in the prow if we're lucky.
Ah, the sleepers have arisen. There she is. Good old Sharlyan.
Oh, I see it.
Home. Home at last. Well, maybe not in Father's eyes, but we'll manage on our own, if we must.
You do know you're not alone in this, don't you? Indeed. 'Tis as Sir Estinian saith. Forget not the comrades who boarded this ship at your side, I prithee.
Thank you, my friends. We are ever grateful for your steadfast support.
Oh, really?
Upon arrival, we will be disembarking into the heart of Sharlyan proper. There is no greater concentration of wisdom in all the world. I am confident that somewhere within that center of knowledge and learning, we will find the answers we seek.
All right, let's do it. The moon! Oh, it's the start. It's finally real. Although it's been out for a couple of weeks.
Sharlyan, the solitary island nation of the northern seas. Where under the watchful gaze of Sharlyan, patron deity of scholars, academics hoard all manner of knowledge and secrets. Once, they deigned to accept foreign students into a distant colony maintained in the Dravanian hinterlands. How swiftly they abandoned it once the first Garlean boat set hostile foot on Alamegan soil. So averse to the prosecution of war, these men of wisdom, your would-be allies.
Here we are, old Sharlyan.
I thought they'd never let us off the ship. What's next then? Entry applications?
Hopefully they find no cause to deny us.
Hasn't Sharlyan all but severed relations with foreign powers? Those of us without direct ties, myself included, may be refused outright.
'Tis true that, as a nation, Sharlyan only forms trade agreements with a select few neutral countries. But from a practical standpoint, an island cannot afford to be overly strict with its borders, especially not if that island's people are wholly devoted to the accumulation of knowledge. If one submits the proper paperwork, with satisfactory evidence of identity and intent, then foreigners may be granted entry.
May.
Quite. So let us be absolutely clear on these points before we proceed.
Okay.
The immigration officer will ask for your affiliation and your purpose of visit. Considering Sharlyan's views on intervention, I strongly suggest we avoid any mention of the Scions. Kral has laid the groundwork for us to act as associates of the students of Baldessian. And our ostensible reason for being here is to aid in their order's restoration. Grahatir, it might expedite our progress should an actual student be seen at the head of our little group. Would you mind leading the way?
That's a good idea.
Of course. The immigration officers were this way, as I recall. Shall we?
Let's do it.
Greetings. We've just arrived and are eager to make our way into the city. Would you be so kind as to process our entry applications?
Certainly. I see by your mark you are an Archon.
I am. Grahat here of the Students of Baldesion at your service. I was assigned to an Eorzean survey team, but have returned to assist with the reformation of my order. My associates here will provide additional support.
Okay, that doesn't look
Very
good.
I have
Okay.
paperwork detailing your group and its scheduled arrival for today.
Don't expect that.
And it seems some few of your companions are also Archons. If you'll step forward, we can process those applications first.
Excellent.
Ishtola rule.
Okay.
See how it glows? That list is etherically linked with the citizen registry kept in the main repository.
I've confirmed your status as Archons and amended your travel records accordingly. Welcome home. Now, who do we have here?
Alphino Leveilleur.
And Alize Leveilleur.
They'll get in easy, right?
Your applications have also been approved. Having said that, the
What?
streets are abuzz with talk of how House Leveilleur's lord disowned his young progeny.
Oh. Just went off and started to speak about that? That's nice.
And while such personal circumstances constitute no reason to deny you entry, I urge you to avoid exacerbating your present situation. Times are quite troubled enough already.
Okay.
We shall keep that in mind.
These last two are not Sharlyan natives, but you will find their credentials are in order.
No.
An application was made in advance.
Camera.
Name and occupation?
About that. I'm not really an artisan. I mean, I am a champion of Eorzea, but that's probably not the right answer. So let's go adventurer by trade. Alana Sabossi has, yeah, that's very true. She does have a carrot hairstyle.
An adventurer.
Totally.
Well, I suppose that is considered a valid calling in your native Eorzea. And it does indeed match the profile provided. You may enter.
I knew that was the right answer. I knew it.
And you, sir?
Estinian Valino, formerly of the Order of the Knights Dragoon in Ishgard.
Formally, at least. And what, pray tell, is your profession now?
Say something. Anything.
If you'll allow me... My associate is a mercenary, hired for his strength at arms. Surely you are aware of the dangers we often face on our forays into the wilderness.
Mistress Baldesion, if you insist on sponsoring his entry, then so be it. But while I appreciate that desperate times call for desperate measures, I find your choice of company concerning.
I have every confidence in my chosen company, dear and trusted comrades that they are.
but I thank you for your concern.
Croyle, it is good to see you.
Likewise. Long voyage notwithstanding, you all seem none the worse for wear. There is much to discuss, but this is hardly the place. Let's be on our way, shall we?
Oh!
Welcome, friends, to Sharlyan.
We're finally here!
As your mercenary, I should hope my welcome includes a generous salary.
Well, I had to say something, Sir Taciturn.
Nice that the gang's all back together.